The return of Squid Game for its second season has not only captivated fans across the globe once again, but it has also delivered a densely layered narrative filled with subtle details, intriguing twists, and numerous cleverly planted secrets that are easy to miss at first glance. From the moment the opening scene begins, viewers are immediately immersed in a familiar yet evolved world, one where the stakes feel even higher, the characters more complex, and the secrets significantly deeper than anything encountered in the previous season. The second season doesn't just continue the story, it builds upon everything that came before, while weaving in connections, callbacks, and cleverly disguised clues that challenge even the most observant fans to keep up. At its core, Squid Game Season 2 continues to examine the human condition under extreme duress. It reintroduces the tension and dread that made the original so compelling, but does so with a richer, more expansive scope that reveals the hidden mechanics of the deadly competition in even more disturbing and fascinating ways. But underneath this thrilling surface lies a treasure trove of well-hidden secrets, Easter eggs, and narrative parallels that elevate the story well beyond the level of a typical survival thriller. For instance, a keen viewer will notice that certain scenes are deliberate recreations of moments from the first season, not just in terms of plot development, but in camera work, character expressions, and even dialogue. These aren't accidental similarities. They are a reflection of the cyclical nature of the games and a visual metaphor for how history continues to repeat itself, particularly for those who fail to learn from it. It's in these moments that the show's creators have cleverly embedded a commentary on systemic power structures, social inequality, and the illusion of choice. Take, for example, the moment early in Season 2 where Gi-hun checks his molar for the tracker. This small, nearly silent act recalls the paranoia and tension of the first season and introduces a new layer of suspicion that suggests the organizers are always one step ahead. The sense of fear that overcomes Gi-hun when he realizes the tracker is gone mirrors the moment in Season 1, when he discovered that he had been given the most difficult shape in the Dalgona challenge. Both scenes feature him muttering the same phrase, "I'm done for." But what's truly fascinating is how the cinematography mirrors itself across seasons, same zoom-in technique, same panicked eyes suggesting that the psychological torment of the players is part of the orchestrated spectacle. The season is also full of layered character connections, often hidden in plain sight. One of the most unexpected surprises for fans was learning that a mafia boss helping Gi-hun track down the mysterious recruiter was actually the loan shark who previously beat him up for not paying his debts. This not only adds depth to their relationship, but also subtly shows how Gi-hun has shifted his values since Season 1. He's no longer just a desperate man running from his problems. Now he's willing to confront them head on, even if it means forming alliances with dangerous individuals from his past. This evolution of character, seen in both subtle gestures and major plot developments, is emblematic of the deeper storytelling at play this season. Moreover, the show takes great care to reflect past character arcs through new players. The trans woman who saves Gi-hun during the deadly red light, green light game, for instance, functions as a narrative echo of Ali, the beloved character from Season 1 who risked his life to save Gi-hun. The inclusion of this new character is not just a nod to past dynamics, but a way of showing how trust, betrayal, and sacrifice continue to play out in this world, just with different faces and stakes. Her character quickly becomes central, not just because of her heroism, but because she, too, is navigating this horrific system with compassion and vulnerability, much like many of the first season's most loved characters. Another important aspect of the second season is how it expands the world beyond the games themselves. We see more of the internal operations, including guards and staff who harbor their own secrets and motives. One striking example is the introduction of a female pink guard who reveals she fled North Korea, leaving her infant daughter behind. This detail becomes all the more poignant when we learn she's working with the same contact from Season 1 who helped another character try to bring their family to South Korea. These interwoven stories not only deepen the lore, but also ground the show's themes of survival and desperation in real-world contexts, such as defection, family separation, and systemic oppression. Secrets abound even in the apparent chaos of the new games. For example, the infamous Carousel game features a deceptively cheerful children's song, which turns out to be a traditional Korean tune called Around and Around. While the scene is visually whimsical, it masks a terrifying game of death underneath, reinforcing the theme of childlike innocence being corrupted for grotesque entertainment. The show does this often using lighthearted or nostalgic imagery to contrast brutal reality, which adds a haunting quality to the series and reminds viewers that appearances are rarely what they seem. This duality also appears in how the games are monitored and manipulated. Viewers may have noticed inconsistencies that suggest internal sabotage. While some players are allowed to smuggle in weapons or drugs, Gi Hun's tracker is quietly removed without his knowledge. While it may seem like a continuity error, the explanation lies in the nature of the games themselves. They're not fair, they're designed for spectacle. Allowing volatile items raises the entertainment value for the VIPs. A tracker, on the other hand, could unravel the illusion of control. Every choice, every allowance, is made to heighten drama, not ensure fairness. One of the most heavily theorized moments this season occurs during the post-credit scene, which introduces a new doll named Che also. This doll, it turns out, is romantically linked to the original Deadly Doll from Season 1, both of which are based on characters from Korean children's books. However, fans have questioned the timeline of this scene. It features player 100, but he doesn't match the previously seen elderly man with the same number. This leads to the compelling theory that the scene is actually a flashback perhaps to the year the frontman himself competed in the games prior to his rise to power. It's another example of how the show plays with chronology to keep viewers guessing and to seed future plotlines. Secrets aren't just in flashbacks or foreshadowing, they're in character interactions as well. Take the dramatic moment where player 1, revealed to be the frontman, loses control after a taunt about fatherhood. It might seem like an overreaction until you remember his backstory. His wife died pregnant. That offhand insult touched a nerve buried deep within him. These emotional landmines are scattered throughout the season, often revealing key aspects of character motivation through brief but intense scenes. They serve not only as compelling drama, but also as character development, quiet secrets that erupt into violence. And then there's the question of loyalty and betrayal. One of the most shocking reveals is that the ship captain, who spent years helping the policemen search for the island, was a traitor all along. When we reconsider the scenes with this knowledge, we see the careful manipulation at play. This captain likely saved the frontman's brother, the detective, after he was shot, and has been protecting him ever since. The betrayal stings not just because it's unexpected, but because it rewrites everything we thought we understood about their search. The show even leaves room for social commentary through its casting. The trans character, played by a cisgender actor, sparked real-world controversy. In response, the director explained that he had intended to cast a trans actress, but due to limited availability and cultural stigma in South Korea, it proved difficult. This admission opened up wider discussions about representation in media and showed how even behind-the-scenes decisions carry thematic weight and cultural implications. All of this, every small callback, every mirrored shot, every blink and you miss it detail builds a world that rewards careful attention. Whether it's a theory about a character's true identity, the symbolism of a lullaby, or a moral dilemma reinterpreted from Season 1, the second season of Squid Game is packed with secrets that only enhance its psychological depth and narrative complexity. It's not just a show about survival, it's a labyrinth of intertwined stories, moral ambiguity, and hidden truths waiting to be uncovered.